Yo, people, Lateness is greatness. Welcome back into the building. You already know what time it is. It's time for another watch along. Big up your damn selves. Listen, sorry it took a bit longer. I had to make sure I got the lineups out for you, and I still have to add squad numbers to this as well. Editor is away enjoying the match, so I'm taking over on graphics there. But listen, there's your teams. You know what I mean? The teams are out. It's an interesting one. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna go through it in a minute. How's everybody feeling? Lineups are released, and hopefully, a decent performance. But listen, it's going to be a tough one, isn't it? I mean, at least you can see there's rotation on both sides. City are not playing their strongest team. You've got a goalkeeper in there that I've not heard of. I've heard of Lewis. We spoke about Lewis with Big Steve on the preview. You've got Diaz, Laporte, Gomez. We've seen he signed from Anderlecht on the left-hand side. You've got Rodri, Gundogan, very accomplished midfield. You've got Palmer as well, Mahrez, Grealish, and Alvarez. So it's a very familiar front line for Manchester City. It's something that we've seen before. There's a very experienced players there. They've got good depth. I'm going to get your confidence in a minute, guys. Let's see what you guys are telling me. I'm going to gauge your confidence in just a moment. But also on, our side, it's Mendy, Trevor Chalobah, Koulibaly, Cucurella, Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic, Zakaria, Hall, Ziyech, Broja, Pulisic. That does for me scream 3-4-3, if I'm honest. That's what it tells me. When I see that team there, I'm not thinking anything other, because quite simply, we don't have a right back. So if we're not playing Loftus-Cheek at right wing back, then we don't have a right back on the pitch. So that's why I'm assuming that's what we're up against. For Manchester City, you could say that's maybe a 4-2-3-1 is what I'm going to rubber stamp it down as for now. Gundogan and Rodri in like a double pivot maybe. And then, of course, you've got, Palmer just ahead. I don't know why I'm saying Palmer, like as if I need to add some sort of fancy. He's English. There's nothing to add. Palmer. Galma. You know what it is? It's Palmer, and I'm thinking Galma, and it's just messing up my head. But yeah, that's basically what we see there. From confidence levels, you don't seem to be very confident. I don't blame you. Do you know what I mean? I think the midfield with Zakaria and Kovacic is interesting. I'm quite intrigued to see how that goes, if I'm honest. For us, obviously Hall is on the left side. I think you play left wing back. He's not really a left wing back, to be honest. He's more of a left-sided, maybe midfielder. But it is what it is on that front. Let's go through some of the comments. You're getting slapped, he says. You're getting slapped because I feel sorry for Chelsea fans traveling to Manny to get slapped. Thoughts and reports of Cover wanting to leave the club. I'm personally waiting for more concrete concrete reports. Obviously, yes, I do respect the source massively. But I did that did take me by surprise, Cover, Mendy. I wasn't expecting these guys to be unsettled and want to leave. So I'm kind of just waiting for more reports, more people to confirm it and really push it. And then obviously I'll talk about it. But right now I'm a little bit taken aback. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting maybe Jorginho, new contract situation, Ziyech, maybe Pulisic. I was expecting these guys to definitely be unsettled. I was not expecting those two. Those two, I would probably say, you're fine to keep. You can decide what goalkeeper, I don't really care at this point, but we're probably going to have to go in maybe for another one anyway. But in terms of Cover, he wasn't one of the players I was thinking, yeah, that's the next person we need to get rid of, So a little bit taken aback, but it is what it is. So yeah, let's see what you guys are telling me. I'm not nervous. I'm actually quite calm. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm pretty calm. You guys are just joking around with old Balma. Listen, I am disappointed about the Hutchinson. We're going to get into that, but I'm pretty calm in terms of the game because I don't really feel any stress or pressure on the game. I feel like it's a Carabao Cup game. We know what it is. There's 3 games in January during for the Carabao Cup as well. Do we really want the stress, the pressure of playing all those games? Probably not. Not saying we should just, fold and go out. But if we go out, hopefully we shouldn't be shedding too many tears. Now, of course, if we get slapped up, you're going to see a completely different side of me come out. I am disappointed to see Ziyech over Hutchinson. But again, I'm not really surprised. I was hoping that he would play this game. He was on the thumbnail for the preview with Big Steve. I was like really pushing it, of course, because I'm quite excited to see what he can do. However, it's not really a surprise that Ziyech starts ahead of him. He's more senior, etc. The only youngster that really gets into the starting 11 here is Hall, and that's because Chilwell is injured, and obviously Cucurella is playing left side centre back, so there is a gap. Broja, thank God he starts. You know, if he didn't start this one, I'd be very, very worried. Happy to see Zakaria start again. A little bit surprised that there's no Gallagher as well. Surprised he couldn't find his way into the team, considering that we're making changes, but of course he's not there. I think the front three, you know, that was playing against who are we playing against? Arsenal. All dropped. I have no problem with that, or rested. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So it's really just Hutchinson, Ziyech. That's the only thing. I think if we had a front three of Hutchinson, Ziyech, and Broja, I would have been very excited. Then you've got Hall. Then you've got Zakaria, Cover. That's quite cool. We like to see that. Right wing back picks itself. We're not going to play Aspilicueta right wing back. And the back three, you know, again, you're not really going to throw any youngster there. So again, I don't really have any qualms. Koulibaly comes back from injury. Trevor plays. Cucurella hasn't been great, but we ain't got nobody else. And Mendy in goal. So I'm pretty happy with most of it. It's just a couple things that could have been better. Potter tried to be Mr. Nice Guy. Well, I heard Graham Potter speaking there just before on the coverage, and he's obviously talking about the trials and tribulations that he's going through in terms of trying to manage this team, picking up the team in the midway point of the season, not midway point, but during while the season, the game's already going on, doesn't get the preseason, gets to a big amalgamation of games back to back to back to back. Well, we had 9 games in 1 month in October. There's injuries, so I understand it, and that's why I'm still patient. I'm still obviously waiting to see who he brings in the window. Does he address the right positions, the right areas? I think a lot of people right now that are saying Potter out, maybe you never really wanted him to be appointed in the first place because he's a young manager, or he's not got the declarated trophies to his cabinet that you guys want in terms of the status when the manager comes in, or maybe he doesn't have the charisma, he doesn't give you the charm, he doesn't give you the sarcasm, the little bit of wit. I don't know what it is, but at the end of the day, he's here now. He's got a big contract, 60 million in total, 12 million a year contract, and he's not going anywhere. So and nor do I want him to. I don't think he's the first. I don't think he's the issue. I think there's definitely other things that I'd want to see sorted out first. You're saying it's a lot of excuses. That's listen, it's factors. I would call them factors. I wouldn't call them excuses, because I don't think he's saying that we should be playing like crap and we should be losing games. But I think he's just providing maybe some context and adding in some factors as to why it's difficult to do the job right now. But he didn't say that that makes him incapable of winning. He says, listen, you have to figure it out and get on with it. So yeah, okay. So I'm pretty calm for this one. Hopefully, you guys will not see our team disgraced today. That's really all I can hope and promise for you, is that we're not disgraced and we come out here at the Etihad and we don't do a madness. I mean, yeah, listen, Ziyech for me, we haven't barely even seen him, so I'm kind of surprised to be seeing him now. I would like to have seen Hutchinson, like I said, but hey, in he goes. If he goes in January, that's the key. Do you know what I mean? Really, for me, I don't know whether we're going to be able to get in Cuckoo early. Time will tell, because obviously that deal is basically borderline done. It's just about confirmation and announcement from what I'm seeing. And yeah, it would be great to have him come in. If you're telling me that we're replacing him, I know they're not directly competing for the same position, but if you're telling me that we're replacing him, player for player, then I'm on board, of course. I'm ready to get it done. But I do think you still need to make sure that you address the midfield, the right back situation as well. Even though, after one I'd say decent performance from Aspilicueta there against Arsenal, people are telling me, oh, how could you want him to leave? I mean, I just don't feel like we're getting the same attacking impetus down that side that we should be getting. You look at the importance of fullbacks in the modern game and in our team as well. I just think we could improve in that position, especially when Reece James is injury prone. Let's see. So Alvarez is going to be an interesting one today. Obviously, he's very, very different to Erling Haaland. He's a lot more of an aggressive presser. As Big Steve was saying on the preview, he's very, very, very aggressive presser. He's very quick, low sense of gravity, and of course, really, really accurate finisher with both feet. So we got to be careful, guys, that we don't give this guy too much space in the box, or we could be having problems. So yeah, let's see how that goes today. It's going to be an interesting fight because it's a completely different profile you're up against there. Trying to get these squad numbers in. Not that it's particularly important, but why not? Okay. Get your score predictions in the comments if you wish. I'd love to see what you guys are predicting. especially for this big clash. It's on Sky Sports main event if you're in the UK looking for it. I heard Arsenal are not even getting covered. It's mad. They're not even getting any coverage, like no coverage whatsoever. They're not on TV. They're not on any streaming sites. They're not on Peacock. They're not on fucking ESPN. They're not on beIN Sports. They're not on Super Sport. They're not on Sky Sports. They're not on BT Sport. They're not on anything. That's what happens when you fuck with the mighty Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? Take you off the TV. 1-1, 3-0 City, 4-1 City, 3-1 City, 1-1 Pens, 5-0. Listen, they should just fly drones over the stadium, 100%. Get it done. If we dominate in that midfield, we can cause problems. Ahmed, with some positivity, we love to see it. Hopefully it coincides with what happens on the pitch, but we shall see. I'm liking this lineup. I think the lineup's all right. Yeah. Like I said, it's just Ziyech, Hutchinson for me. That's a bit disappointing. Very disappointing. I'm not even going to lie to you. Apart from that, pretty cool. Hope you enjoy the fresh fade. Yes, simply ravishing. Indeed. I mean, listen, I'm apologizing already for not doing the career mode today. I'm going to do it tomorrow instead. All You Can Eat Chelsea was pushed back to Friday. Can't do it, scheduling wise tomorrow, unfortunately. So I was like, you know what? We're doing a watch along. We're doing a review. So let's try and spread it out a bit. We'll do the career mode tomorrow instead of doing 3 uploads today. Be a bit hectic. And I decided that you guys didn't deserve to see me hair looking the same way it did any longer. Lads. Why is Ruben starting? I mean, listen, if you're going to play wing backs, he's really the only option. He's really the only option at wing back. I mean, yeah. Let's see. There isn't any good right backs in the PL2 team. Apart from Rankin, I don't really know anybody else. And he didn't feature the last time in the Champions League. He was an option. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not really. We had a really good crop, of fullbacks coming through. We had Ian Matson, who's obviously still out on loan. We had Tarek Lamptey. We had Livramento, Reece James. Dujon Sterling was good in the youth system, but then injury and then now never recovered. He's on loan in the Championship, I think, again. We had quite a few talented young fullbacks coming through. So we shouldn't really be in this position. When you think of the young fullbacks that we, birthed, you shouldn't really be in this situation. So, yeah. I will be playing COD. I was playing COD campaign there last night. Long ass stream, like 5 hours. Because I just want to I was going to say bash it out, and then I stopped. You see, I paused because I was like, you man are going to just do a madness. So I was trying to get through that real quick. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're almost, I don't know if we're halfway through or not. I have no idea, but we're definitely taking a decent chunk out of that campaign. So I'll be playing that again. That's a very good, intelligent, thoughtful, difficult question. Tomorrow I've got a lot on. The preview with Newcastle will be coming soon as well. We're going to be having Matty Renton. Hopefully we can get our schedules aligned. That's next. That's definitely going to be dropping. Obviously, All You Can Eat Chelsea as well. So it'll happen. We'll get it in there somewhere. You know what I mean? Whether it's the Thursday night or the Friday. We've got Big Six as well, I think. I'm not even sure when. So there's a lot going on, but I'll try and get it in there for you somewhere. Mendy in goal. If the match goes to pens, it's a long day. Anybody playing? Okay, this must be another game. I'm not even going to try and butcher that. What are Ziyech's qualities? Ziyech is going to have to hug the touchline. He's going to have to spray balls on the opposite flank, maybe cross-field balls and whatnot, and that's really what it is. Hopefully Brozier's awake and alert and ready to get on the end of these things, but yeah, you know my thoughts on him. But for City, the dangers, guys. It's Mahrez on that right hand side, who I don't know if he's leaving or not. I can't remember what was said, but did he sign a new contract or not? I don't know. I'm not sure. I know he was running out of contract, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But Grealish is on the left-hand side. Alvarez is down the middle. Palmer. Watch out for Palmer. Palmer's a very, very young but talented player, and he could cause problems. But I think Zakaria, if he is the holder today, which he should be alongside Cover, he should be able to do a good job physically, just destroy. Do you know what I mean? It's why I wanted him to stay in the team for the game against Arsenal, just a smidge. On All You Can Eat Chelsea, I was kind of in two minds. I wasn't really sure. Hall is at left wing back. I was in two minds whether he should start in the Arsenal game. Then I kind of just said, you know what, we should just go for it, guys. You know what I mean? You only live once. Do you know what I mean? Literally, you only live once. And unfortunately, he wasn't in the team, and but for me, I would have thrown him in there and see if he could do some damage. Okay, let's see. All right, cool. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of this. No, I'm not. All right. Your score predictions were pretty damning. Is Potter under pressure if we lose by a big scoreline? Listen, it would be disappointing, and you certainly have questions to answer as to why are we getting destroyed like this. But in terms of under pressure, on the brink of, no, absolutely not. No. And I think it's very important that we don't take it game by game in that respect. Right now, we're taking it game by game because it's a difficult time for us, and we're just we're trying to just plow on until the World Cup. But just any suggestion of is he under pressure to be sacked from a £60 million contract if we lose heavily today, then no, I would be absolutely shocked. So no, I don't expect to see any reports. I don't expect to see any silliness like that. To be honest, to even talk about him potentially being sacked right now is ludicrous. If you want me to be completely honest, it's absolutely ludicrous. The guy has shown in multiple jobs now at Ostersund's and Brighton. Yes, you could say they're not big clubs, but I do believe your expectations do align with the club that you join. I don't expect Brighton to win trophies. I don't expect Tottenham to win trophies. If he does a good job in that particular club and develops the team, takes the team onto the next level, shows that he can build a squad, for me that is 80 to 75% that should be transferable. Now, where the different factors come in is dealing with big players, dealing with egos, dealing with the pressure, yes, extra competitions. That's where the extra factors can Potter deal with that comes into question. But you don't judge him based on whether he can do that within 2 months after dealing with a squad that in the summer, let's be real, has been kind of just thrown together with no sporting director, with no real scouting being done, just big names, once again, being thrown together, players that we rate, players that are good players, but again, do they fit together in one team, in one specific way of playing? We don't know yet, because so far it's not looking good, bruv. And the culture within the team in terms of the environment and whether the players are all on side and people being unsettled, just like last year, contract negotiations for 2 key midfielders, unsettled most likely. Striker, need I say more, Aubameyang, not the most serious individual in the world. And we go on and on and on. So it's not exactly put together, to put it politely, the most well put together squad in the world. Do you know what I mean? It's quite a few issues in that team. And to rectify that and to fix that, it's not going to take a new manager who just wonderfully waves a wand and comes in here and maybe wins an FA Cup and, scrapes us to top 4. And then next season, that manager goes through the same bullshit once again because these players can't play one way or don't have the right attitude or mentality, and then we're talking about sacking that guy. I think what you do is you really do let him bring in the Joe Shields, the Edwards, the same people that we were discussing in the summer, the same people that we've been talking about for the last few months, talking about bringing in these guys behind the scenes, talking about doing transfers better and in a different way. Out of all the top 6 clubs this window, once again, despite the money spent, and it's similar to Man United before they had a good window this window, we spend the money, but does it really make sense? Is it really improving the team? Or even if it is improving the team, is it actually putting together a team that can actually perform on the pitch playing one way? Or do some players suit this, some players suit that? Do some players hamper the team and retract from the team instead of elevate the team? All of these things. So for me, this is what's in question. Let's see. I'll politely answer your question. I won't be collaborating with him, to be honest. If you want me to keep it $100 with you, I don't collab with people that call out other YouTubers on their channel and just spew at them. I only collab with people that have been respectful. To me, it's as simple as that. So I don't really do that. So yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Let's see. You want this trophy, or do you want to disregard this competition? Let's see. For me, if I'm being honest, I want every competition. I want to win everything, but at the same time, I'm not really investing all my chips in this one. You know, I think we got bigger problems. You know, we got bigger fish to fry. We got to sort out the Premier League. We still need to try and make top four. That's got to be the main objective, because do we know about Potter's pulling power in terms of bringing in some of the best players? We don't know. Like, we don't know what his level of pulling power is going to be when he picks up that phone and calls whoever we want to bring in, and the other manager calls in whoever he wants to bring in. Is he going to win that battle? We don't know. So to help him in that battle, you would do better to have Champions League football. So, you know, for me, I think Champions League football is very important. It always is. And then after that, we go from there. So it's not great, because I don't celebrate Champions League football and it's not a trophy, but it is the main priority, and it was the minimum expectation for the owners when they came in. They said, we spent all this money. What we want is Champions League football at the bare minimum. That's what it was reported that they wanted. So yeah, for me, that's what it is. And it's as simple as that. But listen, I love trophies, man. That's what it's all about. But I just, when I look at the fixture list, and if we were to go all the way like we did last year in both cups, can this squad handle it with the World Cup and the injuries? I mean, you just saw Reece James release a statement today talking about how gutted he is to be missing out on the World Cup. And I'm gutted for him, because I know a lot of Chelsea fans, we get selfish, right? And we think about what's best for us. And it's great that Reece James isn't going to the World Cup because he can recover for us and he's ready for us. But when you've got an undisputed world-class player that gives his absolute everything every time he steps onto that pitch, he's got everything that you need in terms of technical, mentality, and just everything across the board. I like those guys. and I want those guys to have the best possible careers. And it would have been great if he was going to the World Cup, because he's a great player and he deserves it. You know, he actually really, really deserves it. I feel sorry for him and Chilwell, because they've been very unlucky with injuries. And we saw it last year. We were top of the league, you know, with Tuchel, and then they both get injured. And then next thing you know, they're in a situation where they're on the floor. Do you know what I mean? And we have to pick ourselves up. So it is what it is. Someone says, yeah, I mean, bro, it's not really about who goes in hard, but I don't mind. You know what I'm like? I love debating and having opinions. Do you know what I mean? I just think there's a certain way you go about it in a respectful way. And I think it's better to do it with the person in front of you than talk behind their back and, you know, clip their video and have a big fucking monologue about it. You know, if you want to talk to someone about their opinions, then just invite them on or something. That's how I go about it. You see, I've had every single Chelsea YouTuber on my channel that you can think of. Maybe there's a few I haven't. I'll probably get on soon. If I disagree with their opinions, or I want to have a debate so you can see it, then we have the debate literally right in front of you as a show. That's the best way to get it done. Let's see. What have I got planned for the World Cup? I think it's difficult, because obviously I want to keep it 100. What do? Do I go and keep you updated with Chelsea news? Because obviously January's coming up. I do want to keep track of the players and how they're performing as well at the World Cup, which is important, just to track their progress. So I'm not particularly sure, but we will line up some series. Obviously, it's so difficult to plan when there's so many games going on. Like, it's literally games every couple of days. But yeah, I'm gonna probably on Sunday, Saturday, I'm gonna start planning out the schedule. And there's going to be a few series. We'll probably still keep up the FIFA career mode as well. We might take a break from some of the weekly shows, to be honest, outside of the Chelsea one. Probably take a break on the other ones. So you'll just have to wait and see. Do you know what I mean? I ain't even got it fully fleshed in my head how I'm going to run it, but we'll figure it out. Do you know what I mean? We'll figure it out. Am I confident? Not really. Not really, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not really confident. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see Hall. You know, I'm excited to see what Lewis Hall does. I'm not sure about the rest. You know, everybody else is pretty senior. I guess you could say I'm excited to see Broja. I'm excited to see Lewis Hall. I'm excited to see Zakaria again. Everybody else is pretty much, we know what you're about. Do you know what I mean? So everybody keeps asking me to play God of War as well. So for sure, I'm pretty sure at some point I will get it. Hall is, so from everybody that watches the academy on a regular basis, they say that Lewis Hall is not a left back. He's more of a midfielder, but he can play left back and he can play left mid, and he's very versatile. But his natural position is in midfield, is what I'm told on a regular basis. But obviously, when he made his debut, he did play, I think, left side of a back three for Chelsea under Tuchel in the FA Cup. Yes, DR Sports will be doing every single watch along or every single game for a watch along. So I will be hosting a lot of those as well, which is why I'm not particularly sure exactly how I'm navigating things yet. Let's see what you guys are saying. Of course, big up Anita and Dammy every time, but we have our group chat. Do you know what I mean? So big them up every time. In terms of players, the one player I do miss is Giroud. I'm not gonna lie. Giroud was a very, very, very underrated player for us, man. I know he wasn't the quickest, and you know he had his limitations in that side of things, but technically Giroud was just a vacuum, man. So good at holding up the ball, so good at, you know, bringing others into play. It's no surprise that Hazard had some of his best form with Giroud. Pulisic had some of his best form with Giroud. I think Sterling would do brilliant next to Giroud as well, if you want me to be honest. I just think a lot of wingers who crave the give and go, they will just link up wonderfully. And then once again, no surprise that Leao bursts onto the scene when he has Giroud. You know, France win the World Cup. Mbappe has a great, you know, tournament with Giroud. I just feel like Giroud is a very underrated, you know, piece to any puzzle if you're looking at these wingers, man. I haven't really spoken too much on Dortmund, you know, because that draw took me by surprise. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know about the rest of you, but I was so annoyed by what happened against Arsenal on the Sunday that by the time we got to the game, you know, well, the draw, I was like, I'm still not mentally ready to take this in. Do you know what I mean? Like, to be honest, I wasn't even mentally ready to handle that because I was still annoyed. So the draw kind of just came and went. And it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still pissed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not happy, mate. I took that one personally. I'm not gonna lie, I took that one very, very personally. So no, I wasn't, you know, the draw happened. I was like, cool, but bro, I was so pissed with what happened. And I still think a lot of YouTubers were as well. When I looked at Mears and Eunice, they had like proper like videos on the madness that had taken place. Like it was a proper post-mortem situation. People are not happy, man. And rightly so, because it was a disgraceful performance. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's, you know, you can lose any game. And I think you know, everybody accepts that. You know, you don't expect to come and just win every single match. This is football. But I think if you lose like that, it does sting for a few days. I'm not gonna lie. It takes a while to get over shit like that, especially when it's against a team like Arsenal. You know, let's be real. That hurts. So yeah, it took a bit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let me finish off getting the squad numbers for you guys. Let's see. 20, 12, 60. Who's number 67? It's random. Was that his squad number last year, or did they change it? 67. I don't remember Paul wearing number 67 last season. He only played maybe one game, so it's probably me anyway, not remembering regardless, but it was a bit odd. You know, I do wish Brozier was wearing the number 19, the Diego Costa number. Just a little thing that I would prefer. He's wearing number 18. It's literally one number over. You may as well just move it across. All right, cool. Let me just quickly add this. Cool. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. There we go. Okay. Pep's just having his pre-match chat with the media. Time is ready to go. Kickoff is 20 minutes away. Any more questions in the chat? Feel free to throw them out there. I'll be answering anything. Is that in Cuckoo news real? It is pretty much real. I'm pretty sure that it's basically nearly done, as they said. We're just waiting for confirmation and announcements. Oh, Mason Mount is 19. He doesn't want to change. Fair. I think people were saying that Mason Mount maybe could get the number 8 shirt. I mean, obviously, Cover ended up getting it. That was what Mason Mount could have ended up moving to, and then there would have been a space there. How do you see Pep's advice? I take what Pep says with a pinch of salt, because sometimes he praises you and gives you compliments, and it's not really real, and it's a trap. Just like Manchester City's interest in Ronaldo, in Harry Maguire, in Fred, it's like a trap. It's not really real. And he knows that his words are very powerful and they hold a lot of weight for clubs. So if he says something, then people are like, oh shit, Pep said it. He's a bit of a troll. However, I agree with him on that one. So, I'm not saying that, because he says it, listen to him, because like I said, he's a little bit of a troll, but I do agree with him on this opinion 100%. Let's see. What's going on with Carney? I think Carney might be out injured. No, sorry. He was doing individual training for the Champions League game last week. And then on top of that, now I'm not sure what's going on. So maybe there must be a delay or little niggles coming in or something like that. Maybe he just hasn't recovered, properly. That must be the situation, right? Because Potter did show trust in him, brought him off the bench, loads of things. So, I do think that he would be involved if he was fit. And Giroud is in the World Cup squad. I know there's like bits and pieces of World Cup teams being announced at the moment. They're saying Maddison probably won't be in the England one. Ben White looks like he's going to be in it. I don't really know what's going on. When are all the World Cup squads going to be announced at the same time? Or are they just, hit and miss? I don't know what's going on there. God of War is fire. I might have to just buy God of War because everybody's saying it now. And I mean, yeah, bro, I've never played God of War, but I think I might have to just buy it. I'm definitely going to bring you more FIFA during the World Cup. Don't worry about that, for sure. So yeah, I just need to get the weekend over, get the start of the week over. I'm going to Edinburgh for Tuesday to Thursday, and then I will be able to puzzle and piece together how I'm going to run this World Cup period. But you will be getting content, I assure you. That's one thing I can tell you that. Let's see. France just announced. Oh, they just dropped the squad. What, just now? Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, well. This is going to be exciting. I mean, listen, it's not directly related to what we're doing. I don't think we have anybody going because obviously Kante is injured and so is Fofana, and I think that's about it, isn't it? So let's just see France. I don't think they're going to win it personally because I think Deschamps is moving a bit mad. And on top of that, I think it'll be a South American team. Their team is... Oh, wow. So they're only bringing 3 goalkeepers. Someone was saying that they were going to bring 4. I'm only seeing 3. The forwards, they brought Giroud, Mbappe, Griezmann, Nkunku, Dembele, Coman, Benzema. Bloody hell. Did you just deep that? Did you deep what? Right, did you hear what I just said, guys? Yeah? Did you hear that? Bro, that forward line is mad. Holy damn, that forward line is very mad. Holy... Coman, Dembele, Benzema, Giroud, Griezmann, Mbappe, and Nkunku. Bloody hell. Midfield isn't great. There's no Pogba. There's no Kante. But there is Tchouameni. There is Camavinga. Rabiot, don't really like him. Guendouzi, decent player. Fofana. I think that might be Fofana from League. I'm not sure. Can't remember what club he's playing for. Where is he? Is he at Monaco? Is it a Monaco Fofana? There's quite a few Fofanas in central midfield. I think there's one at Monaco. I only know this because I was trying to buy one on career mode. And then defense, you got Upamecano, you got Varane, Kimpembe, Konate, Saliba. Again, the defense is brilliant. It's really just the midfield that might let them down a little bit. But if you get a good partnership going between Tchouameni and Camavinga, you might be all right. But you got Konate, Theo Hernandez, Koundé, Lucas Hernandez, and you got Pavard as well. Man, the defense is nuts, bro. Konate and Saliba. If you can get Konate and Saliba playing at their best at centre-back together, holy damn. Obviously, you got Theo Hernandez on the left, probably Koundé on the right, maybe. Mad. You got Lloris, who's going to start in goal. Mad. Yeah, Varane could start. You've got Kimpembe, you've got Koundé. I mean, anybody could start in that midfield, in that defense, isn't it? Monaco Fofana. Does Everton have a Fofana? No, I don't think it's Everton. And also Diaby. I swear Diaby's French, isn't he? He didn't make it, but maybe he's never really been top of the pecking order. And that attack is nuts. You're rooting for Chelsea, are you? Yeah, I'm not saying Konate and Saliba maybe now. I'm saying maybe, over the next 10 years, they'll be maybe the next ones up. Jonathan Klaus, is he in the squad? Didn't see him. And he moved to Marseille for regular game time so he could make the squad, and I'm not seeing him in there. Wow, that's an L. He plays for Lens. I think it's Seko Fofana. And the amount of Chelsea fans that are saying, is it Wesley? It's not Wesley. It's Seko. I can't believe Jonathan Klaus hasn't made it. Wow. That's an L. He hasn't made it. No, I don't see him on there. Diaby's French, yes. That's nuts, man. Can you imagine? And you know what's mad, yeah? Again, with him, because yes, he didn't want to come to us potentially, and we didn't really make an official offer, but he didn't really... Oh, bro, yeah, I got him in the end. I still signed him. I just went back in for a second time and just got him. But he would have played a lot this season. James is injured now again this season, and he would have got plenty of time. So he's taken an L. He's taken a big L. He just got injured. Oh, that's a massive shame. A lot of people are getting injured, man. You've got Reece James, you've got Chilwell on our side. Timo Werner, I think, is out. Pogba's missing it. Kante's missing it. Fofana's obviously missing it. Who else is injured for the big nations? There's just a lot of players. Sadio Mane, yeah. Literally just popped up as you said that. Do you trust Ziyech? Listen, I don't trust Ziyech. I'm being completely honest with you. I don't trust Ziyech. I don't particularly want him to stay. In January, I would like him to be sold. I've been very, I'm very clear on it. I don't think he's that great. I didn't want him to sign in the first place. I do think he's quite limited, and I do think he's a little bit blasé. I think he's a little bit wishy-washy. He can turn up or he can not turn up. I think he just kind of sometimes picks and chooses how he wants to turn up. But even if that's not the case, and you don't agree with that, he's extremely limited. And what I mean by that is that he has to play right out on the touchline, out on the right. He can't play anywhere else. And it's like, that lack of flexibility for me is not really what you should want at a top club. Like, yes, the system might not be catered to him under Tuchel before. That's cool. But I think if you're going to be a club of this level, you should aspire to have players that can... I'm not saying you need to have, players that can play everywhere, but I'm saying as a winger, you should be able to deliver the goods, regardless of whether you're right in the right or a little bit tucked in or on the left. You should be able to be a little bit more versatile than that. Even Pulisic, when he played out on the right against, was it Salzburg in the first 10 minutes, he was the best player on the pitch because he was just taking players on. If you're a winger and you've got winger type attributes, which I think Ziyech lacks a bit, he lacks the 1v1 ability, the speed. If you're a natural winger who has these attributes, you should be able to play on both flanks. What's your job? Taking on a player, getting past them, putting the ball in the box. Taking on a player, getting past them, taking a shot. Linking up play. Combination. And you take a look at Anthony, who plays exactly the same position, and he's already had an impact because he's got a lot more skill, but he's quick as well. He's very quick and he's very direct, and you got to be that in the Prem. So it is what it is. I think he's playing because he was maybe promised minutes. I don't know, but Hopefully he plays well today, but long term, I think nothing changes for me. Yeah, I would have preferred Hutchinson. Let's see. I mean, for take-ons, I think Chelsea were ranked really low. Highest person in the team for take-ons was apparently Ruben Loftus-Cheek with 0.9 take-ons per game. 0.9 take-ons per game. That's the highest in the team. Chelsea's top scorer this season, I think, has 3 goals in the league. Is it 3 goals in the league? Our Premier League top scorers, I believe they have 3 goals in the league. I shit you not, guys. Let me take a look at this. Top scorers, Chelsea. Raheem Sterling, 5 goals. I think this is in all competitions. It is. Listen, you could do all competitions or you could do Premier League. Yeah, this is all competitions. I prefer Premier League. The highest person we have on top scorers is not even, it's literally 24th, joint 24th. So, yeah, if you look at top scorers in the league and you go on BBC Sports website, there's 24 players listed and we're not on the list. None of our players are on the list. I don't see any Chelsea player there. I see Jesus. I see Callum Wilson. I see Tony. I see Mitrovic. I see Martinelli. I see Pascal Gross. I see Barnes. I see Saka. I see Odegaard. I see Rashford. I see Billing. I see Billing at Bournemouth. I even see McAllister at Brighton. I see Ruben Neves. I see Kevin De Bruyne, Solanke, Maddison, Trossard, Almiron, Rodrigo, obviously Haaland and Kane. I don't see a single Chelsea player on that list. How depressing. What about the assists? Oh, I don't. Yeah, of course. If we're not on the goal scoring list, then we're not going to be on the assist list, and we're not. Jack Harrison is though. So is Tsimikas. It's not even a starter for Liverpool. Anyway, let's not depress you. All right. So it's been a long day. Big up the chat. Big up the chat. So listen, we are only a couple minutes away from 9 or 8 minutes away or so from the from kickoff. Let's see. Okay. Also, I'm running a competition on my Instagram. I'll be announcing the winner. I'll be announcing the winner on Sunday. Obviously, the day after the Newcastle game, and one of you will win a shirt, the new home shirt, fresh out the Nike box. The new home shirt. I'm doing a giveaway for that, and it's put a smile on someone's face. Considering Chelsea are not doing that, so I may as well try. And yeah, if you live in London, if you win, then I'll deliver it to your door. I'll deliver it to you in person. If you're worldwide, if you're abroad, then I'll just ship it. Obviously, I'm not going to fly to you. So yeah, that's the competition I'm running on Instagram. Hopefully, when I do that, winner, pick the winner. Well, I'll just enter it into a random generator. But when the winner is announced, hopefully we've come off the back of a good performance against Newcastle and you actually want the shirt. But if we get absolutely slapped 6-0, I have a feeling nobody's going to want it. So, oh God. Yeah, today is not really it's not really about whether we win for me. Obviously, I would love us to win, but I'm not going to judge us based on winning because we're obviously not the favorites. It's just about seeing a better performance. I do expect it to maybe be a little bit disjointed for the opening 10-15 minutes, considering that we're not playing players that have played together very often. Kovacic and Zakaria have never played together in a midfield pairing. Lewis Hall has never played with anybody, really. The front three has basically never started together up front in a front three that I can remember. And outside of that, the back line should be all right. They've played quite a lot of football this season. Not making excuses, just saying it's not going to be probably very crisp and looking all pretty and rosy in the first part of the game. Maybe it won't for any part of the game. But for Manchester City, you know, there's a lot of rotation in there as well. So hopefully they have the same issue. Let's see. Do you remember me? What is your score prediction? I think I do remember you, bro. My score prediction, if you want me, do you want me to give you my honest score prediction, or you want me to give you the nice one where I tell you everything's going to be all right? You decide. Which one do you want? Let me know which score prediction do you want? Do you want the one that I actually think is going to be the case, or do you want the one where I just be nice because, you know, we've got to go in with a smile on our face and be positive? You want the honest one? You want, okay, look, everybody says they want the honest one. Fair enough. I respect it. That's why I like you guys, because you want the honesty. You don't want no bullshit. You want the real prediction. You want the real prediction. The real prediction for me is that we probably come out of this game with a 3-1 defeat. I think City could be got at defensively. I think Gomez and Lewis are obviously quite young. I think we can attack the flanks. Pulisic, for me, is what I'm banking on. And I think Broja could score. But if you honestly think that I'm going to predict anything other than a loss, I can't give you that. I can't lie to you. I think we probably come out of this with a defeat. Purely because, like I said, a lot of those players haven't played together. And I don't expect it to be very cohesive. I think it's going to be quite disjointed. Hopefully the defense do hold up better than that, but Alvarez is a great finisher. You got Grealish, you got Mahrez. It is a very good attack. As much as we can say, oh, this is Man City's attack and it's their B team, and Grealish starts for us. You know, Mahrez starts on the right for me. Alvarez, he starts. You know, Alvarez starts ahead of Aubameyang. For me, he starts ahead of Aubameyang. For me, Grealish, you know, if Sterling is not playing well and you move Sterling to the right, Grealish easily starts. And I think Grealish adds a lot of creativity to our team, even if you play him in the 10. Mahrez, if you needed a right winger and you weren't playing Sterling out there, Mahrez is definitely our best right winger, easily. So it's that's what we're up against. You know, we're not up against no joke men. So, you know, and their midfield is very good. You know, Rodri and Gundogan, that's a pretty good midfield. It's just pretty damn good. So yeah. Well, listen, what does that say about us, big man? If you're saying that he's washed, name a better right winger at our team. I don't really think we have right wingers outside Ziyech. We don't really have any other right wingers. So unless you're going to tell me that Ziyech is better than Mahrez, which you're not going to tell me that, then we don't have anything. We don't really have anything, bro. You know, we only have one right winger in the squad, and that's Ziyech. Pulisic's a left winger. Sterling, okay, you could say Sterling's maybe a right winger and a left winger, to be fair. But that's really it. You know, we don't really have anybody else. Let's see. Big up. Yes, City fan here. Just subscribed. Since I appreciate your content. Thank you so much. For a while, it's very underrated. If it goes to pens, you'll definitely win. Alvarez is unpredictable, so be wary. Do I really want it to go to pens when we play Newcastle on Saturday? Preferably not, you know. But, hey, it could easily happen. Hopefully not, though, because I would like to just, you know, get in and get out. Whatever happens, let's just get in and get out and get this done. Let's see. Prime Hazard or Prime Drogba? Well, for me, if you're going Prime Hazard or Prime Drogba, you're basically asking me to pick between my brother and my other brother. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're asking me to pick between family members here. I mean, obviously, Prime Hazard is the better player. For me, Prime Hazard is the most talented individual that's ever touched Chelsea Football Club. And I think if I had been older and I'd seen more of Zola, like, you know, when I was understanding football properly, not just as a young kid, seeing him put Jamie Carragher on his ass, then maybe Zola would have been close. I don't know. But Zola is probably second. Or maybe you could even say Joe Cole. You know, Joe Cole was very, very talented. He just suffered with injuries. But for me, Hazard is definitely the most talented player technically we've ever had. I'm going to look at Etihad now. Is it empty? And then Drogba's just a king, man. Drogba's a king. If you're asking me about who my favorite is, again, I can't pick, man. But I fucking love Drogba. I'll tell you that right now. Drogba's incredible, man. He's brought so much joy. He's a game decider. He's the decider. You know what I mean? He is the decider in the finals, and yeah, he's just a legend, man. Absolute legend. So Man said, is it empty? I'm asking a question, innit? Because man, am asking me, yo, look at the Etihad. So I have to be like, yo, what's going on? Is it empty or something? All right, let me quickly close my door. I'm going to get the timer and we're going to kick off. We're going to kick off, lads. That's it. All right. Okay. Maluda, yeah, very good player as well. All right, cool. I wouldn't say, you know, with the names I just mentioned, though, in terms of like technically, I wouldn't say he's on that level, though, but he was great for us. Rico Williams got his first goal for Manchester City in midweek. Big Steve was talking about him and saying that he could start the game, and here he is, the right back, number 82. So we have to keep an eye on him and see how he plays today. Like I said, he got his first goal in midweek in the Champions League. I think it was against Sevilla. For us, Armando Broja, 15 of 16 appearances have been made as a Chelsea sub. So he finally gets his second start for Chelsea since, I think, the game at home to Wolves he started, did he? Or did he start Brentford? He was Brentford. He started Brentford. What did I say? Lewis, not Williams. What did I say? Did I say Williams? Do you know what, yeah? I don't know what I said. I talk a lot. Just ignore me. Pep looks terrified. It was Brentford, yeah. Is it really that empty? I need to get a proper good view of this. And also I need to get the timer because I'm going to have the timer running late, aren't I? All right. Copy and paste. Cool. 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 Timer goes in and the game kicks off. There you go. Chelsea away to Manchester City at the Etihad. It's all kicked off. I feel very like at ease right now, which is nuts. You know, you see Manchester City versus Chelsea. You see me on every watch along. I'm usually bricking it 15 minutes before, swinging back in my chair, nervous. But I'm quite calm about this one, you know. I feel very calm. I feel like it's just I never say free hit, but I feel like its shackles are off. We shouldn't come here, to be honest, and park the bus, really, you know. It's just come out here and just try and have a good performance and, you know, try and show what you can do and see what happens. We shouldn't be coming here and parking the bus. It's a cup game. What are you going to do? Park the bus until the 120th minute? It doesn't make sense. So come out here, do your thing, and let's see what happens, man. Let's just play the game, man. Just play the game. Just relax and play the game. Do you know what I mean? There's plenty of teams that have come here, or there's plenty of. I mean, look at Brighton. You only have to use Brighton as an example. A couple of weeks ago, they come in, had more possession. Do you know what I mean? Yes, they were obviously down to 10 men against Fulham, so it's a different context of kind of fixture. I think Newcastle have taken points with them this season. So is Villa, I think. Has Villa taken points? A few teams have. But yeah, the point is that, oh my God. Already, Mendy, Mercurial Mendy is doing a madness. I can't lie to you, yeah. I love him, but he really needs to work on that because this whole playing out from the back thing is imperative at the top level. And if he can't improve that part of his game, he's not going to be a consistent starter in a Potter team. A Potter team has to be able to play out from the back. He improved Sanchez, I think, or maybe Ben Roberts, the goalkeeping coach, more like. I've been keeping tracks on that goalkeeper at Sporting Lisbon, is it? No, is he at Porto? No, he's at Porto. And he looks good. I mean, listen, we have to be able to play out from the back. But even with Kepa, I would say that his ball playing is better. But in terms of his long-range passing, it's pretty average. And he has cross-collection issues, which is why when I talk about the goalkeepers, as much as I rate Kepa's resurgence and respect his professionalism, and I like Mendy's shot stopping when he's at his best, and I like his story, and I like the guy. But when we're talking about, you know, undisputed starter, Edison, Allison levels, there's definitely a question mark on both of them. So yeah, not book settings, Mendy madness. Hey, where's my notepad actually? What am I doing, fam? I can't be out here false advertising to you guys. If I tell you it's a Nerd Notes watch along, then that's exactly what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me get my notepad. There we go. Lovely jubbly. But yeah, I was having some thoughts. I think I might. Oh, good block. Oh, I think when the World Cup's on, listen, I could do watch-alongs. A lot of people are doing watch-alongs, I'm sure. I could also do a stream at a set time every single night. Lateness is greatness. Give you the gremlin vibes. Give you that, and just have a good live stream and talk about the day and what's happened. And then a morning video on Chelsea news as well. 2 uploads a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and I could do it that way. Because let's be honest, I mean, everybody, their mother, their grandmother, everybody's doing watch-alongs, isn't it? So I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. I'm not saying I'm not going to do any. I might do the big games, but I'm not doing every game, and I have to pick and choose which ones. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just do the ones that Chelsea players are involved in as well. Could do that. Can do like a player watch, things like that. We'll keep this dialogue. We'll keep it open between us. Let's come up with a plan. Wasn't Palmer in Chelsea's academy? I don't know. I'm not going to claim him until I know, but I'm not sure. Oh, I'll definitely do career mode. Do not worry about that. Yeah, 100%. I'll be doing that. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Career mode will continue. We're making Chelsea great again. Don't worry about that. But we got a Champions League to win. Yeah, man. We got a Champions League to win. Don't worry about that. That's literally all we have to win left. I'm under a lot of pressure in the Champions League. That's why I went mad in January. And I still got 1 player to sign. I need to go and get Tarek Lamptey as well. I'm telling you. I went nuts in January, because if I don't win that Champions League, fam, it's a long day, fam. Here's Mahrez, Grealish. Oh, what a reverse pass. Ball across. Guys, more than you can believe we was in trouble. Grealish, that's what I'm talking about with Grealish. Look at that wonderful reverse pass. Palmer getting past Zakaria into Mahrez, into Grealish. Brilliant reverse ball into Gomez. And if Koulibaly touches that wrong, it goes into the back of the net and it's out for a corner. Mahrez or Grealish will take this. Look at the size of Grealish's calves. Someone needs to check those things out, man. That's not looking normal from him. Size of his calves from him. No wonder why he doesn't pull his socks up, man. It can't fit. There's no way you're pulling your socks up over them calves. Ridiculous. Amando Broja, go on. Oh, yeah, he's giving it away. We're obviously going to get dominated possession-wise. Let's just be real on that. Zakaria. It's just how we counter is important. And that's why, if you want me to be honest, I would have preferred Hutchinson over Ziyech for that as well, because Hutchinson's quicker. So on the break, I think he could have potentially been devastating. You've got Gomez, who's from Anderlecht, 21 years old. Like I said, with Big Steve, he was pointing him out as maybe a weakness. You know, maybe Hutchinson could have really got at him, you know, on the break. Cucurella was decent first few games. Yeah, I mean, listen, Cucurella, I know he's going through a really bad patch, but I don't think he's a bad player. I do rate him, and I do expect him to turn it around, you know. If you look at the way he played away to Everton when he came on, that's Cucurella. You know, that was an incredible cameo off the bench. His passing was crisp. It was progressive. Good on the ground duels. He's quick. And that's that, you know. I think I just got to ride the wave. Oh, ride the storm. Sorry, Broja just smashed it over the bar. Let's rank the position we need to upgrade. Broja, get your head up. Let's take a look at this again. Broja wins it. Gets round. Yeah. He's a striker, innit? He's going to take shots. You know, if that goes into the back of the net, no one's complaining. You know what I mean? It's just it's the risk you take when you're a striker. If you're going to take a shot, people are going to say you should have passed. If that nestles into the bottom corner, we're all screaming right now. Thank you. Yeah, I have to travel quite far for this fade. I'm glad it's worth it. I don't trust any of my locals. Hopefully he has a good performance, because then I'll be backing him to start against Newcastle as well. Listen, I probably am overreacting in some of my videos or some of my oh shit, almost 1-0 to Man City. Maybe I am, probably, because listen, I really don't 99.9% of the time care what players do on social media. My rule of thumb is always that if it's not affecting the team, then I really don't care. But I mean, maybe the timing as well is probably why I was extra triggered. But when you've just lost a game to Arsenal, and you're angry and you're upset as a fan, and the match means so much to you, it means so much to the supporters, and the performance is dog shit like that. Yeah, man, I just didn't like that. I didn't like what he did, man. Liking that post, I just thought, come on, man, just use your brain. Do you know what I mean? But maybe I'm overreacting. I'm probably overreacting, but as much as I try to be analytical and calm, but I'm definitely going to give emotion at the same time, and I just don't want to see that shit. A player that gives a shit doesn't do that, and that's basically my point. Grealish took a shot from range just past the near post. I'm talking about the Aubameyang thing with the post. Grealish, not far. I mean, he's causing problems, man. It's a shot and a chance created already from him. Well, I wouldn't even say a chance created, but certainly a great reverse ball into Gomez that could have caused more problems. Ten minutes in. Here's cover. Clears it out. Go on. Broja. Well done. Ziyech. Go on, Ziyech. Come on. Fuck. Almost. We was in a good position there. Go on. Going playing around us. Back to the keeper. We don't look very comfortable in possession, to be honest. It's a bit, but yeah. I mean, what did we talk about before the game? We said it would be a little bit disjointed, a little bit scrappy, and that's what it is. Zakaria just dropping in deep there, looking all right. Hopefully. Pick up everybody inside. Hall is actually taking players on which we are missing in this team. Yeah, I mean, listen. There he is there, Listen, he's a talented player, man. He's a talented player. It doesn't really surprise me, to be honest. It's why I was quite keen to see him against Zagreb in the final game of the Champions League group, and him and Hutchinson as well. Hutchinson obviously couldn't play, but I was keen to see him today. If you saw Hutchinson on the pitch right now, I'm telling you, you'd be seeing him take people on. Minimum, you're getting that, and getting past people. Gomez in particular. Go on, Loftus-Cheek. Well done, Ziyech. We need something good, man. Yes. Oh my God, Pulisic. How? What is wrong with our players in front of goal? I just read out the goal scoring statistics. before this match. It's wonderful play from Loftus-Cheek. Gets past his man. He leads the team in take-ons per game. Great ball from Ziyech. Picks out his man. I don't understand how a professional footballer is not getting a clean connection on that football when it comes across the box. How are you not getting a proper connection on that? I don't get it. That is so poor. You should be scoring that, let alone scuffing it. Bloody hell, man. And I've been a very big advocate of Pulisic getting his chance, and I feel like he's deserved more starts and everything, but it's moments like that where it's like, bro, you're not helping yourself. Seriously, you got to be more ruthless. Why is our team so... They're not very ruthless. I know it got deflected, bro. It got deflected because it was a weak effort from. Like, if you... Listen, for me, if you really lever that ball like a Erling Haaland would lever it, bro, there's nobody that's going to stop that, bro. It's because he scuffed it is why it then got deflected by the player, by the defender. It wasn't a very well struck shot. Yeah, you got to put that in, man. I haven't actually listened to the podcast with Tuchel on it. I will listen to it though. I will definitely give it a listen. I'm not sure let me know the name of the podcast as well. I'll write it down. There's a great I need to write down that chance because that's that's mad. I'll definitely give it a listen. Bruh, that's what I'm saying, man. If Drogba's on the end of that, net would be bulging for him. Man would have broke the net. Like, we're just very soft, man. Very soft team. Kicking it, we kick the ball like toddlers. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a very like tame effort. We're just very weak, man. We don't shoot with power. We don't do these things. It's nuts. It's just nuts, man. You got to take chances like that in a game like this as well. I'll tell you that because if Man City will have their chances for sure. Appreciate the super chat, Kingsley. I'm not sure how he missed it, bro. I'm not sure. Yeah, like the striking technique in the team is really poor. You know, I know people talk about systems and creating chances, and I've said chance creation is an issue in this team in the summer when we were looking at Ronaldo and we were looking at Aubameyang, and it's why I was more leaning towards a chance creation striker like a Jesus. If you're going to bring in a striker, make sure you bring in a striker that doesn't just rely on service, but can create their own chances with their dribbling or their pressing, you know, hopefully both, not like a Timo Werner kind of presser, because this team struggles to create chances. But Lord and behold, we sign a striker that relies on service and he only has, I don't know, 3 goals or whatever it is. And the same would have happened with Ronaldo. You know, you see Ronaldo from Man United, he doesn't really score a lot of goals at the moment. You know, he's falling off. It would have, you know, if he was in this Chelsea team, same shit would have happened. He probably wouldn't even have that many goals because he relies on service. But finishing as well is a problem, believe me. And you can see it there, you know. Got to be taking those chances. So it's not really one or the other. It's really both. Let me see. Is that can't be a penalty, is it? Ball in behind. No, of course not. It's nowhere Nowhere near in the box. It's a free kick. Yellow card. Grealish is causing us a lot of problems, guys. And Koulibaly, he does pick up an awful lot of bookings, doesn't he? But yeah, I mean, Grealish is playing well. It's causing problems. I think Thiago Silva leads the team in assists. 2 assists in the Premier League, I think. Is that the Prem? I think it is. Free kick. Oh, just over the bar. I think it's taken a deflection. Gundogan apparently could be leaving Man City. That's the type of midfielder we don't have as well, I'll tell you that. Headed away, out for a throw-in. Oh, God. Man City in possession. Down the left-hand side into Grealish. Gundogan. 1-2 with Rodri, Mahrez. Lewis. Ball in. Over everybody. Yeah, the team's very backwards, you know. We saw it under Tuchel in the first few months when we were top of the league. A lot of defenders were scoring. James Chilwell, Trevor Chalobah was even smacking them in from range on his debut, and Rudiger and set pieces, yeah. Goals were coming from defence. Team was defending from the front, pressing. When we won the Champions League, Havertz, Werner, goals were coming from defence and all these things. It was mad. Shot deflected almost. Could have bubbled in there. 20 minutes in. Yeah. So go on, Zakaria. Well done. Pulisic, make the right decision. Play the pass, play the pass, play the pass. Oh, Brozier was there. Oh, we wasted that opportunity. Brozier was right there. Brozier was right there. Oh, man. Yeah, we don't do fake scores, man. We just block. You see, this is the same comment that was made when Arsenal took Zinchenko and Jesus. And look at them now. It's about taking the right players. I don't know if I don't know who said it, but I agree with the comment that I heard was that I don't know what to think of the Dortmund game until I see the transfer window in January. We don't play them until February. So when I see what happens in January, then I'll be able to, oh, that's brilliant hold-up play. Unlucky. Hey, Brozier, man. This is why, despite, you know, moments of frustration, you see that hold-up play from Armando Brozier? That was brilliant. That was brilliant. And we could have done with that against Arsenal. That was fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that Dortmund draw and my confidence levels until I see what we do in the window. I think the transfer window is very important. We need to get about 2 players in. Obviously, we want to keep the quality high, so that's why I'm only saying 2. And yeah, until we get through that window, I'm not sure where my confidence is yet. So I'm just waiting. Go on, Pulisic. Make the decision. Make the decision. Out to Hall. Play it to Hall. Play it to Hall. Play it to Hall. Play it to Hall. Oh, okay. All right. Well, at least you forced a save, I guess. Out for a corner. He's a bit greedy there. I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. Fuck me. Bloody hell, mate. It's a little bit greedy. Maybe he was using Hall as a decoy. I mean, by the time he'd got to a certain point, Hall would have been offside. So if you're going to take the ball for that long, you're gonna have to shoot. So it is what it is. But listen, we don't. Sometimes we don't test the goalkeeper at all. So I'm not going to complain that we're at least having some chances and we're trying to cause some problems, even though the decision making could be better. At least we are causing problems. Ball in, punched away, ball back in again, caught. Okay, cool. You know, this is much better than what we saw against Arsenal and what we saw against Manchester United at home. We're away from home and we have showed more impetus, more bravery. And I think that is because it's a cup game, which again, this team is very cup minded. We've shown more bravery in the first 24 minutes in this match than we've shown in 180 minutes, I would say, against against those two teams at home. So I think it does have something to do with a cup game, and like I said at the start, letting the shackles loose and just playing because, you know, this is not the league. We don't need to take a point and we don't have a choice. We either go out or we go on. So I do think this team is very, very cup minded, and they're very it's a lot of mental blocks, I think for them. Anyone missing Rudiger yet? I mean, yeah, man, Rudiger was a top player for us in his last year, 2 years, year and a half. So I think yeah, you do miss Rudiger's shithousery, his almost intangibles, because he's a quality defender in the back three now, and he's obviously really leveled up in that regard. But I think the intangibles you do miss a lot, and we knew that. We knew when he left that. We were saying, everyone was like, yeah, we're going to miss those intangibles, and we were starting to think, okay, if you're going to give only one contract out, you probably give it to Rudiger over Christensen because you want the intangibles as well as the top level defending. And obviously he's more consistently in the team because he's not ill and stuff. So yeah, we definitely miss it, man. But it is what it is. It's gone. Those negotiations really screwed us, because if we had just kept the centre back, at least, you know, kept him, we wouldn't have had to buy another centre back, and then we might have been able to spend the money on improving elsewhere. Lewis Hall, by the way, Lewis Hall looks really good. He looks completely unfazed. He is playing calma. Yeah, he is playing calma. He is calm. He is controlled. He is composed. He doesn't look like he's 18 years old. He doesn't look like he's playing his second Chelsea game. He looks very nice out there. Let's see. Really happy with his performance so far. Whenever he does get the ball. Yeah, he's very good technically, man. Really, really good. But you have to be, coming from Cobham, if you're going to train with the first team, you have to be technically good. You can't. That's not in question. When you train with the first team from the youth team, technically you have to be good. It's the other things that you know, physically, are you ready? Mentally, are you ready? Fuck's going on? Because my team's buffering now, and man, are telling me that Zakaria is on a madness. What is going on? Oh Close call, City. Good save, Mendy. Oh, I'm just seeing it now. My thing just went for a second. What? So Zakaria, was it? Was he dispossessed? Was he pressed? Very dangerous. Yeah. Instinct finishing. I mean, yeah, Alvarez is very like, he does give you those Tevez, Aguero, South American, Suarez. Yeah, he does give you those vibes for sure. Technically, he's KDB or Haaland. Can you imagine? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, there's no Silva. Yeah, there's no Silva. There's no KDB. There's no Haaland, and look at the problems they can cause. 100%. Mendy. Come on. Shape up. Jesus. City up in the ante now. Close him. This is where we end up defending on a 5. Sterling warming up. Why is he warming up already? Oh, Rodri. Wow. We're living life on the edge a little bit, aren't we? To be honest, Brendan, it's been all right. I mean, Man City are certainly turning up some notches now and causing more problems. Grealish has been really good for them. We've had our own chances. I think if we had been a little bit more, aware of our surroundings in certain moments, then we would have potentially actually been ahead. But they also at the same time could have scored by now. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but I think we need to be careful the next 10 minutes because they look like they've ramped it up a couple notches. Come on. Oh, shit. You got to come out. Clear it. Yeah. Out it goes. That's better. Oh, come on, man. Do you know what? Yeah, bro. From what I've seen from Lewis Hall, I don't really know why he's not involved more. I can't lie. The guy's good. He looks certy, fam. I know you don't want to do too much. He's a young player and you don't want to put too much pressure on him, but bro, man's certified, fam. He looks good. You know what I mean? He could easily play that Zagreb game. He could easily play more cup games, hopefully this season. He looks good, man. And he's actually worth investing in because he's going to be here hopefully for the next few years. Playing well, very well, man. I'm really happy for him because coming to the Etihad as an 18-year-old with your second game, it's not easy. So is he onside? Fuck. I knew he was offside. I knew it. I wanted to hope, I wanted to pray, but I knew he was offside. I knew he was offside. Yeah. See, when Hall's playing a ball like that, that's where you realize this is where you know he's a midfielder by nature. You see what I'm saying? This is what you're getting. And if he is playing at left wing back, then you ain't got really no problem tucking him in. Same way we would do with Loftus-Cheek on the right. But he's a better passer. Do you know what I mean? He can really pass the ball. You could easily play him more inverted. Shit. Clear that. Cool. It's a brilliant ball. Am I surprised? No. No, I'm not. It's going to get a lot of praise from me in the review. Brilliant to see. And this is why sometimes you've just got to give these guys a chance, especially when you can afford to. Because they could surprise you. I mean, I remember Tariq Lamptey's debut against Arsenal at the Emirates as well. Under Lampard, when we made a double substitution, we brought on Jorginho and Lamptey at the Emirates, and we went on to win the game. I think Tammy Abraham scored the winner, 2-1. I think these guys can have great moments, great debuts. I think that if anything, in the end, that was too little, too late because he was already. I think then probably mentally deciding he was going to leave, but. A lot of young right backs are leaving because Reece James is there, and they're just like, "Rah, we cannot compete. We cannot compete." Ruben is very lucky with that pass. Very lucky. Because I know there he must have been shitting himself. Look at Lewis Hall, man. Look at him. This guy is so good. He's so good. I'm so happy for him, man, to be playing like this. Wow. He's a cold Ute. Wow, what a performance. Go on, Pulisic. I'm so Lewis Hall is playing out of position, yeah? This is insane. Wow. Too much time on the ball. Yeah. Come on. Just missing out. Is that a free kick? Jesus, come on, boys. Do you know what they're doing? Yeah, they're making us believe that we might actually be able to do something here, and I don't like that. Oh God. They're making us think that there's something here potentially for us. Come on. Go on, Kukurea. Koulibaly out. Oh, damn it, man. Damn it. Yeah, he's a centre midfielder. He's just versatile. That's all it is. He's versatile. He's just very versatile. Come on. It's not looking good, bro. Grealish again in this 10 position on the ball. Look at him, man. God. We can't seem to deal with him at the moment. He's just dropping into pockets and just doing whatever, just causing problems. In terms of the notes at the moment, it's a lot of Hall praise, a lot of Pulisic decision-making questions. Brozier link-up play, but that shot was obviously maybe decision-making again. Koulibaly on the yellow. Grealish a lot as well. Here he is, great save. It's Grealish a lot is causing us problems, man. He's coming in off that left-hand side in the half spaces, and he's just picking up the ball and just linking up 1-2s, dribbling past players, taking these shots, and if they're and obviously drawing fouls. If they're gonna do something, it's gonna be through him. It's really gonna be through him, man. He's causing a lot of issues, and we're not able to deal with it at the moment. But at least we are level. The only thing someone is reminding me, which is Mike saying, their bench. You know, if they're not winning this game by 60 minutes, in comes De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Foden and Hairline. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like we're kind of at the starter, and the main course is yet to come. So yeah, let's not forget the bench. Playing out along the back. It's a long day. Oh, Brozier. We were in there. Clipped in again. Mendy does well. People just this chat has been literally 70% of people just shouting Hall constantly. That's literally what this has been. Oh my days. Man is in the middle of everything at the moment. He is the main man. He really is the main man. It's a massive overload, man. Ziyech again. And finally, this time, it was Pulisic that picked him out. Oh, it's the right foot. So, do you know what? Yeah, it's such a great chance. And he should be burying it, considering the way that he took that first touch to go around the defender. If he puts that in, he caps off a fantastic first half. He really does. He caps off a fantastic first half, man. What can you do? Big moment. Again, another great opportunity. Does the first part right, selling Lewis, who he's probably played against in PL2 a lot. But right foot, weaker foot there, straight at the goalkeeper. You put that, so much of the goal to aim for, man. So much of the goal to aim for. What a chance. You know what, yeah? All he had to do is just get a bit of lift on it and just put it on that side of the goalkeeper, the goalkeeper's left-hand side, and he's capped off a fantastic first half. What an opportunity. Best chance of the game, fell to the wrong person. And the wrong foot, I guess. Cover. Oh, I don't understand why you're not playing that pass to Brozier. What is the decision making in this team today, man? How are you not playing? What's wrong with this team and playing the pass? I don't get it. How are you not playing that pass? Fuck hell. I don't get how you're not playing that pass. We should actually be 1-0 up. That's what's actually mad. So frustrating. Should be 1-0 up, man. It should actually be 1-0 up. It's insane. Free kick for City. We've had chances, but how many times? He's a serious player for sure. We could be like 2-0 up, 1-0 up. How many times do we see this with our team where we have a performance like this, which has been good, and we don't take our chances and then we pay? Sometimes we can't create any chances, and then there's games like this where we create chances. Again, Man City are the kind of team where you can create chances because they do play a high line, they dominate the ball, and if you can get your transitions and your counters right, then there's space to go into. And we found that space, but again, just not clinical. And it's very, very frustrating because they don't have the scoreline that their performance deserves. And they could pay for it. They could pay for it once again. They could pay for it later on in the second half when the star boys come on. Well, my halftime tweet goes out. It's Lewis Hall that gets the glitz and the glamour of the attention right now. I think he's been very, very, very good, man. He's a quality prospect. Technically, he's been fantastic. You've seen him take players on there on that left-hand side, skip past a player or two, and a really good switch of play for Ziyech at times. He just looks very composed, very assertive out there, very comfortable. You know, for someone who's making their second appearance in the Chelsea shirt. I think he made his debut when he was 17 in the FA Cup against Chesterfield, was it? And you know, when you look at a player like that, 18 years old, yes, I know we're playing we're playing a weakened City team, but just in terms of what he's doing on the football pitch with his vision at times and his bravery to take a player on and go past him. We're seeing more from him than we've seen from players that we've spent so much money on, and it's nuts. So, you know, this is where it's important to give these guys a chance, because they could end up, you know, showing you that they're able to participate and get involved with the squad and save you money in an area, and you can put that money elsewhere. So it's been good from him. Really, really impressed. I think Pulisic has been involved a lot. He's had a good shot that was saved. Maybe could have picked out Hall, but you know, when you're experienced forward, much more experienced forward, you're an actual forward, I don't really mind you taking responsibility there. Same with Brozier. The decision making has been very messy though. Cover, really good opportunity to put in Brozier, doesn't do it. Pulisic maybe could have played in Hall. Brozier maybe could have played it off. There's a lot of moments like that where we could have played an extra pass, or we could have played it to someone else and we could have taken an opportunity. But I think overall the team performance is very good. You know, when we take a look at the performances, like I said, against Manchester United, against Arsenal at home, and then you look at what these guys are doing now today, you know, at least they're being dangerous and they're causing problems. You know, Pulisic is causing problems on the transitions, on the counters. He's getting past players. Ziyech has grown into the game. He's getting more involved as the game goes on. Cover, Zakaria is in there. Yeah, Grealish is definitely causing us problems as well. Definitely. You know, he's dropping in off that left-hand side. He's getting tucked into that pocket. I think in terms of responsibility, you're going to have to say that's probably Loftus-Cheek's responsibility maybe to deal with him. But he is finding his little bits of space in between the Trevor Chalobah and Loftus-Cheek kind of area, maybe Cover as well. But listen, I'm not surprised that they're getting through us. This is Man City, you know, this is Grealish, this is Mahrez, this is, you know, Gundogan. I mean, look at the level of passing that he has on his you know, on his roster. So it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that they're able to play for us at times. Mendy making some saves, scared me a couple of times on the ball, but apart from that, he's making some saves. We're in the game, guys. We're in the game. This is what they do, though. They give you hope. You know what I mean? They're giving us hope. We're playing their B team. We're not playing our A team. That's important to know. I know people are saying we're playing their B team, but we're not playing our A team. We're playing our B team as well. So let's make that very clear. You know, that's basically our B team. Maybe a butt from a few players, Cover, Koulibaly. Trevor's been starting a lot recently, Cucurella, but there's some starters on their side. You got Rodri, you got Laporte, you got Grealish. So let's not build a narrative where we're playing their B team and we're playing our A team. We're not. You know, the two teams are heavily rotated, and we're doing pretty well, but we haven't taken our chances, and that's the problem, isn't it? Once again, is that if they bring on the stars off the bench, then we could face problems. So yeah, hopefully hopefully they leave Haaland, De Bruyne, Bernardo on the bench and Foden. But if they bring them on, then I don't even know if we should respond by bringing anybody on, because the guys on our bench outside Hutchinson haven't really played well in the last game. So obviously Hutchinson would be a fresh change, but everybody else is kind of not really doing their thing. So yeah, let's actually go through the score lines of the other teams. Good point. Let's do that before I go and check out some statistics. They're going through Chelsea's chances now. You had Ziyech, you had a lovely cutback for Pulisic, kind of scraped it. And if you watch it back, if you watch it back, the Pulisic shot is probably even going wide. It's just not a very good connection from Pulisic from the Ziyech cross. He then goes in alone for the shot, save for another corner. Goalkeeper for City's done his job today for sure. You could say maybe he should have played it for Hall. Again, long throw from Mendy on the counter into Ziyech. Nice little 1-2 with Pulisic. Then gets it over to Hall, and Hall sits, or doesn't sit him, but moves Lewis out of the way. Unfortunately, does not make the finish very accomplished. And those were Chelsea's biggest chances. So yeah, we're in it. We've had our chances, but unfortunately, nothing has come of those as of yet. Let me pause the timer. Let's go through some of the halftime scores in the other games. I'm going to take this out for a second. All right. You guys can still hear me, can't you? Okay. So, Carabao Cup. Let's go through some of the scores. You've got Wolves 0, Leeds 0, 52 minutes gone. Nottingham Forest 1-0 up against Tottenham, 53 minutes gone in that game. I think probably Tottenham have made quite a few changes. It's actually pretty strong teams. That's basically Tottenham's team, to be honest, considering the injuries they have. Arsenal are 1-1 with Brighton at home. Lots of changes made there. Nelson's on, Vieira's on, Marquinhos is on, Nketiah, Lokonga, El Neni. So lots of resting. Southampton 1-1 with Sheffield Wednesday. West Ham 1-1 with Blackburn as well. Newcastle 0-0 with Palace. I think a lot of Premier League teams are resting tonight. Obviously, with the fixture congestion and everything, looking at January, it's not looking good. So could be some shocks. Nottingham Forest beating Tottenham would be a shock for sure. So yeah, that's the halftime scores. Okay, let's see what's next. Spence isn't playing again. Yeah, I know. Tobes was not very happy, and understandably so. That's true. 3 times Brozier made the run, and the run wasn't spotted or wasn't played. 1 time from cover. So yeah. I don't know if they're not seeing the run or they're too afraid to play the pass, if I'm honest. You know, I don't know which one it is. Could easily be the second option. Apparently Nkuku scored again. We do need the killer pass for sure. Bro, I mean, listen, the Arsenal game, the intention, like I said, going into the game, this is a very much a cup team. We got to both cup finals last season, the year before we won the Champions League. This is very much a cup team. And I mean that from even a mindset, not just from a squad standpoint, from an ability standpoint, in terms of not being able to sustain any form, but can do one-off games if they have everybody available and ready to go, and it's the moment and it's right. But in terms of, you know, the mindset, because in a cup game, the shackles are off. As we said at the start of the game, we're coming to Manchester City. I feel lighter. I feel calm. You feel calmer, because we know that there's nothing really at stake. You know, it's a cup game. Either you go through or you go home. And this team are very, very good at playing those type of games, because they just approach the game like a normal match kind of, and just say, do you know what? We're just going to give it a go. And when they do that, they're actually not that bad. And sometimes, you know, like a team like City have shown, and we played very well against these big teams over the years, apart from Arsenal and Man United. When a team comes at us, leaves a bit of space in behind, gives us the option to transition to counter. We know this team's not great at opening defenses, open up low blocks. They don't have the passing. As you can see, the passing is still looking a little bit iffy out there, even when they do have space. They're not technicians. We don't have, you know, Bernardo's and De Bruyne's and Gundogan's and Foden's. We don't have these players. So they're much better playing into space. And we've signed a lot of forwards that play into space. Aubameyang, Kai, Werner, you know, all these guys play into space. So this kind of game suits us. You know, it does suit us. Now, will we get anything from it in terms of progressing to the next round? Only time will tell if we take our chances. But the performance is a lot better, which is good. Hopefully we do sort ourselves out for the finishing side of things. Hopefully Hutchinson comes on. I think, if anything, that first half should show Potter that you can bring on Hutchinson. You can bring on Hutchinson, and you don't have to worry about, hopefully, someone being able to step up to the plate and actually make a positive influence on the game. Like, we're not carrying Lewis Hall. I've spoken about it before, about us sometimes having to carry players and players limiting us, or we're having to, you know, make up for their mishaps. We're not carrying Lewis Hall today. You know, Lewis Hall is out there playing football, playing well, and elevating the team. He's not taking anything away from the team. He's actually making the team better. And we need more players that can do that. And if every player can make the team better and not take away from the team, well then the team's going to be great. You know, it's going to be a lot better than it is now. So Nottingham Forest are apparently 2-0 up against Tottenham. That's a shame. Obviously, Conte is there to win a trophy, everybody tells me. And I do believe that this is one of 2 realistic trophies. So if they go out, then there will just be one left, and that will be the FA Cup. So hold tight. Hold tight. That's none of my business. Really is none of my business, I must say. I don't want to get involved. Let's go through some reactions as well. At halftime, I just put out a Lewis Hall bit of propaganda. I said Lewis Hall is a midfielder playing out of position, twisting people up at the Etihad at the age of 18 years of age. Versatility and technical ability. We need more of this going more in this team going forward. We need more of in this team. Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people very impressed with him. You know, some people saying that the bravery is something half the squad lacks when they're playing. He's been the best player on the pitch. Some people saying our academy are legit ballers. Got Lewis on the ropes. So yeah, it's good. And I'd love to see Omari Hutchinson come on, and hopefully he can show similar. You know, I'd love to see him come on and just give us that X factor, hopefully with a little bit of pace, a little bit of trickery, a little bit of unpredictability. And that would be great. You know, I have no worries. I think, you know, again, tonight is an opportunity to see what we have outside of the normal 11 to see if they can help us. You know, it's obviously a bit late in terms of we've only got one game left with Newcastle and it's the January window, but just even going forward, the mindset should hopefully change if some of these players do come in. I know there's always politics in this squad. You know, you got to play experienced players because, you know, whatever have you will, whether it's in their contract or you don't want to upset anybody's ego or whatever. But I hope at one point we can get a bit more past that and start playing players that deserve to play, you know, not just based on, you know, politics or standing or reputation or whatever. Obviously, you always give guys a couple of games to get into their rhythm, but if they're consistently showing you that they're not up to the level and they're not up to scratch, then, you know, anybody can get benched. Cobham Graduate is making our players look like mediocre. Imagine quality international players in this team. It shows system is not problem players are. Looks like no subs. Could easily be 2-0 up. We could. But we're not. I have seen this, yeah. I have seen this. I think it was based on obviously Mendy and Cover. It's a tough one. I wasn't expecting it, if I'm honest, from those two. I wasn't expecting them to be unsettled. So I'm kind of just waiting. Obviously, I trust Simon. He's a great source, and he's done a great transfer and just gone. But I'm kind of just waiting to see if anything else comes from it, because they might be unsettled. I don't know why. Maybe it's, you know, they said maybe different staff coming in and out. I don't know, because their contracts are not running down, so to speak, this season. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. Because I don't understand what you know. Yes, I do get it. Tuchel's gone and whatever, but I don't really get where they're unsettled, where it comes from. You know, I would understand for a few players if they weren't playing and contract situations and whatnot, but I don't get it. I don't get it with those two, so that's why I'm a bit puzzled. Okay, second half's about to kick off. I hear that there's absolute carnage going on in the Carabao Cup. Tottenham are 2-0 down to Nottingham Forest. And you know, it's funny because if this was any other big club, you would be like, it doesn't matter, go out the cup, you know, who cares? But Tottenham, it's another season without a trophy. So under Conte as well, can you imagine? So they've only got one cup left. So much like in my career mode, no pressure. No pressure, lads, if you go out tonight to Nottingham Forest after playing pretty strong. You know what's more embarrassing for them is they're actually playing a strong team, which shows you that they know that they need to do business in this cup. Kane is playing, Perisic is playing, etc., etc., and yet they are still suffering. We have to suffer. Anyway, second half's kicked off. Let's get back to our game. We can laugh at them later if we hopefully do our business. Probably will laugh at them regardless, even if we don't, if I'm being completely honest. 2-1 to Brighton at the Emirates. So Brighton are also winning against Arsenal. Are these scorelines making you change your opinion on how important the Carabao Cup is for us? You know, the reason why I asked that is because obviously at the start of the stream we were speaking about the importance of this game, and obviously we're ranking it quite low in terms of priority, in terms of the fixture congestion in January. Can the squad handle it with the injuries? We need to focus on the Premier League, etc. But if all the big hitters go out early, say we knock out City, and then you've got Arsenal and Tottenham are out as well. I don't know what about Liverpool and Man United, what's going on there. It makes our chances of winning it a lot better. And obviously Potter, he could definitely do with a trophy. So I don't know. Beggars can't be choosers, you say. You let me know. These results at the moment, if they stay like this, is this making you value and rate and rank this game on our side higher? Let me know in the chat. It's an interesting one because, listen, like I said, I love trophies. I'd love to win a trophy. I just don't know whether it's going to cost us in the league. Yeah, can't go another season trophyless. You're right. You're right. I don't like to see it, for sure. You know, going more than a season. We just want to win trophies every year, man. We're the mighty Chelsea at the end of the day. That's what we do. The aim is to win 100%. Why do people keep calling me Miz? I don't get it. Me and Miz don't even look the same. I wear glasses, guys. Oh, wow, big tackle. Big bloody tackle from Cucurella. Last ditch defending. Big tackle. Was that on Mahrez, wasn't it? Yeah. Just cover dispossessed there. Yeah, that's an incredible tackle. Come on. Here come the City subs. Yeah, I think he doesn't. Yeah, cover doesn't usually get dispossessed that easily. It's like he was almost sleeping on the ball there. Just punched the ball. Hey, go on. Listen, Jack, if you want to get your free kicks, Ruben Loftus-Cheek can get his free kicks as well. Trust me. Everybody can eat. Everybody can get their free kicks, big man. Don't worry about it. Everybody can get their free kicks. Koulibaly. Also, I mean, it's early days, but is Koulibaly the one to lead this defense after Silva's gone? You know, that's a big talking point. I think coming very soon. Maybe you wait for the first full season, but for sure, he's got to show that he can lead this defense and you know, put in the performances of a leading centre back for us. I mean, his kind of reputation would definitely say that he should be more than capable of doing that. But he has looked a bit dodge at times this season, and we do need him to to be that leading centre back. So I'm not really worried about him. It's just, you know, it is a big responsibility that he will have to take, I think, next season. So hopefully, you know, he gets his teething problems out of the way while Silva's here. Because when Silva leaves, you know, he will be the leader you would expect at the back. He's more comfortable in the middle of a back three. Yeah. Yeah, I think he did speak about system and learning and understanding the new system. He's obviously always played a back four at Napoli as well, left side of a back four. So maybe a system. It might be system. So yeah, just hopefully he gets used to it. But I think mid. If I'm gonna play him, good save, Mendy. If I'm gonna play him in the back three, ideally you do want him in the middle. But then I also think ideally you don't always want Cucurella as the left side centre back, because you know he's not your week in, week out left side centre back. So that's potentially why we're linked with Gavidal. Another great save. Mendy, man. Mendy! He's doing a madness. He's doing a madness. Some big saves. City took that corner quick. Mahrez punches it into a dangerous area. And again, double save. Double save. Who have City brought players on at half time? Hold on a second. It's poor from Chalobah. It's more like it. Mendy's been good today. City are applying pressure. Yeah. Skipped in Mahrez. Jesus, Chalobah. Woo! Chalobah. That's a shocking tackle. Bloody hell. That's a terrible tackle. You're right. When you're right, you're right. $52 minutes. Big free kick. Grealish in a great position. He's had a really, really good game. It's Mahrez. Oh, fuck off. Oh, it had to happen, didn't it? What a free kick. I don't know if Mendy's blindsided there. There's a lot of people in that wall. Well, we did say that not only are we playing well, we haven't scored, and that we could pay, and we have paid. We have paid big. It's just deflected off Broja. We've paid big time. He doesn't try and get out of the way of it. Just can't readjust his head in time to get a head on the ball. Oh, it's a shame. Big shame. That's a big shame. It's not great. I don't know how much I really want to put on the wall. I mean, the wall is there to block it, of course. I don't really feel like anybody moved out of the way from what I saw. I don't know what you guys think of it. Fuck's sake. Maybe I've got it wrong. You guys are all saying Koulibaly. I'd say if you're going to blame anyone, he didn't jump. You're saying Koulibaly didn't jump. Yeah. Okay. I have to. I was watching Broja. I didn't even look at Koulibaly. Oh, listen. Go on, Lewis. Oh, I'll have to watch it again. I didn't see Koulibaly. So Koulibaly didn't jump. Was the ball? Was it going towards Koulibaly? Because I was watching Broja. He just needs to jump and he stops that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, he was to the right of Broja, wasn't he? He was to the right. Yeah, he didn't jump, did he? Yeah. I get you. Yeah. Ziyech. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. Yeah. Well, listen, it's a silly foul to give away as well, Yeah, he was moving like Kante. Yeah, you're right. I just didn't even. I thought he was jumping and that was his actual height when he got to the top. Because, brother, I was like, surely someone's jumping. Like, why would you not be jumping in the wall? Ball in. Oh my God. Fucking hell, man. That just hit the inside of Koulibaly's leg. Watch this corner again. Ball comes into the box. Obviously, Koulibaly doesn't see it. It hits the inside of his foot to basically pass out to Ziyech. If that hits the outside of his foot, it's a goal. Jesus Christ. Painful, this team. So close, but so far, so often. So close, but so far, so often. That is maybe even the title. That actually could be the title. Nobody steal that. You're looking forward to Newcastle? Violation said he's looking forward to Newcastle. Are you sure? Here's Ziyech on the right. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. Sorry, not Ziyech. Lost a sheep. Oh, for God's sake. Here comes the quick. Grealish. Alvarez. Oh, what a ball. Over to Mahrez. Oh, what a touch. Mahrez. Oh my God, guys. What in the fuck are you doing? It's been a couple of minutes. It's literally been a couple of minutes. We were in the game, and just like that, we're out of the game. Who is at fault there? I have no problem with Alvarez switching play there. Cool, you stood him up, he switched play, but are you tracking his run then, Koulibaly? You're on him, you see him. Grealish pops it into Alvarez. Cool. Alvarez, he's not in a dangerous position. That's fine. Switches the play. But then, are you getting back in time to cut it out, Koulibaly? You're not getting back in time. You are 31. You have to step up to the plate, bro. You have to step up. You could have easily cut that out, but you're not back in position in time. Trevor has to cut off potentially a different passing lane. You see him in front of you. Get back. Fucking hell, man. You're 31. And that's nothing to do with adaptation. That's just ball watching. Get back. Right there. Get in front of him. You kick out for a corner. Conversation over. No problem. Work ethic there is horrendous. I'm sorry. Because you saw him switch play. So you know he's there. So now you're ball watching. And then by the time the ball comes into the box, it's too late. You're reacting too late. Whereas if you were switched on, you would have easily intercepted that. And you're stronger than him as well. So if you're even touch tight, you can just quickly give him a little barge and move on with your life. It's ridiculous, man. Played so well today in the first half, and it's all ruined inside a couple of minutes because of stupidity. Bad tackle for the free kick. No jumping on the free kick. I need to watch it back. Now not tracking runners. And now we're 2-0 down. Game over. Game over. For no reason. Because it's been pretty even, to be honest. It's been an even game. They've had chances. We've had chances. They've cut us open a bit. We've cut them open a bit. Been a good game. It's been a good game. It's ruined now. And to be honest, yeah, I mean, That's a good comment. You know, Ziyech and Pulisic have been. I think Ziyech has improved. To be honest, I think Ziyech has been better as the game goes on. I don't think he was really in it at the beginning, but I think he's been decent. Obviously, I want to see Amari Hutchinson as much as anybody, but I think Ziyech has actually been all right. As we've got better, he's got better, I think. Saeed, why are you here? Oh yeah, your team ain't playing. You're playing Thursday. Again, as you always do. Oh God. Hey, listen, you got slapped up by this lot. I don't want to see you. I would listen. I'm not waffling. In my opinion, I don't think. Listen, you know I don't rate Ziyech, but I don't think he's been useless. I think he's had moments. He's contributed in the last part of the first half and second half. He's had a couple moments. He's had a couple shots. But if you take him off, I don't care. Obviously, you can take him off 100%. But for the goals conceded, I don't think we can talk about Ziyech for the goals conceded. We're 2-0 down because you know we've made two stupid errors defensively, and we are not winning because decision making and poor finishing in the first half. So, and I don't think Ziyech has had a shot where I've said, okay, that has to go in, and I don't think he's made a bad decision where I've been like, what are you doing? He picked out a great pass for Pulisic, put it on a plate, and he didn't put it in the back of the net. He miskicked it. So listen, I'm you know what my thoughts are on Ziyech, but I think sometimes you just have to actually just deep it and think, even though I don't really rate this player, is he playing that badly? Is he playing as badly as some other players? I don't think he is. Unless he's going to do something stupid now. Which would be just like him after I've finished giving him a decent review. Cover, Cucurella on the ball. Just don't capitulate, please. I don't want to see a 5-0. Well done. Don't want to see a 5-0, okay? Don't capitulate. Whatever you do, do not capitulate. Broja. Now Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ziyech. Why is Ruben passing the football like it's a hot potato? Look at Ziyech. That's good. Who? Oh my God. You see? You have to give him his... Listen, you got to be fair. Ziyech is playing... He's playing all right. That was brilliant from him. That pass from Ruben Loftus-Cheek was disgusting. Yeah? I'll tell you that right now. That pass was horrendous. Horrendous. But Ziyech somehow manages to find a way through. And that's a second chance. Big chance he's created. Big chance. And Hall, unfortunately, again, not going to get into him, but listen, right foot, weaker foot again, and it's not the greatest shot. And it's saved, and we move on. But Ziyech again, blocked. You know, when you go into the statistics of this game and you look at Ziyech, you're going to see some dribbles completed, you're going to see some shots, and you're going to see some big chances created. And to be honest, for a guy that hasn't been playing consistently, we have to keep the same energy. For a guy that hasn't been playing consistently at all, really hasn't been playing, I think this is a decent cameo. I think this is a decent cameo for someone who's not been playing well. And that's coming from me. You know what I mean? That's coming from a guy that don't really rate him. I think he's been good. I think he's been good. That doesn't mean I want to keep him because I have standards, but I think he's been good. In this game alone, I have to give him credit. He could have 2 assists. You know, that's potentially the 2 biggest chances of the game. That's potentially the 2 best chances of the game. I don't know. What else did we have? You know, but that chance for Pulisic and that chance for Hall, you could probably say the other Hall chance as well. Hall's had two of the best chances. Pulisic's had another one. 2 of those created by Ziyech, so you have to give him his credit. But Loftus-Cheek, bro, I don't know why he's passing the ball like that. Like the ball is your friend, you know. The ball is your friend, bro. You don't need to pass the ball like this. Passing it with no care, no way to pass at all. It's just nuts. It's insane. And you're a midfielder. Midfielders have to be able to pass, you know. It's not good. Midfielders have to be able to pass the football. Bernardo Silva's on. 65 minutes gone. I'm interested to actually take a look at the statistics for certain players, to be honest. Let's go into it. Because we're probably gonna, you know, unfortunately, we're probably gonna be exiting this competition, but stat line, Ziyech seems to have a very good stat line. 1 dribble completed out of the 1, shot off target, 2 key passes, 2 big chances created. He's won 2 out of his 4 ground duels. That's Ziyech's stat line for you. Cucurella, I think he's been pretty decent. He's got a good stat line. 4 out of 4 ground deals won for Cucurella. 4 tackles. He's blocked a shot. He's made a massive tackle as well that could have easily ended up in a goal. So I think Cucurella has been a bit better today as well. Ruben Loftus-Cheek plays like a scared child in a man's body. Let's see. Obviously, Lewis Hall's been really good as well. His rating on apps is going to be low because he's had 2 big chances missed. But we know Lewis Hall's been very good today. Go on, Pulisic. So yeah. Anyway. Oh, here it is. Jesus. Grealish has been brilliant today. He really has. I have to be so honest. And I get now when people say, again, you can't judge a player just off GA. And that's why I don't rip into Grealish like a lot of people do. Because when you watch Grealish and he's playing like how he's played today, but he's not got any goals and any assists, you can see why Pep and Man City fans don't have a problem with him. Because Grealish has been creative today. He's drawn fouls. He's taken shots. He's tracked the ball well. He's manipulated the ball well. He's dragged defenders out of position. He's caused problems. And he's helped City play well. And that's the end of the conversation. So when you have players like this that don't get GA, but they play well and your team is winning, then who gives a shit? And Ziyech, I'd say that he's been their most dangerous player today. City's B team is better than our best 11. Facts, says Tuchel. Grealish has been really good. And I know someone was saying that Mahrez was washed. But Mahrez has scored a free kick. And Alvarez has scored as well. We knew he was a problem. Substitutions are being made. Broja's come off for Mason Mount. Zakaria's come off. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually quite disappointed to see these players coming off. Gallagher's coming on. Aspilicueta. I'm not going to lie. This is kind of killing the vibe. On Trevor. Fair enough. He's on a yellow. Off. Yeah. I mean, they're not exciting subs, but here's where it is. Not the most exciting subs. Not really sure why Broja's coming off, if I'm honest. I don't really know why Hutchinson's not coming on. Sterling's come on as well. Who did Sterling come on for? Sterling come on for who? Pulisic. These subs are a little bit dead, I can't lie. Like, so who come on for? So we're playing with no striker again. What is this what is this infatuation with no striker? Ziyech, that's it. I'm not gonna lie, the subs are a little bit meaty. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm not really happy with the subs because Broja's not played a lot of football, so he doesn't really need a rest. He's playing decent, and he's the only striker now. There's no striker on the pitch again. I don't like no striker on the pitch when you need goals. Ziyech, I think, has played well. I said it already. Sterling, again, Ziyech has not played much football. Is he tired? I doubt it. Sterling comes on. He's been meaty recently. Gallagher, fair enough. I have no problem with Gallagher coming on. Mason, do I really need to see Mason come on in a game like this? Not really. Trevor comes off. Fair, he's on a booking. Aspie comes on. I think 2 of those subs, I can hear it, but not really trying to see the other ones. And I'm pretty disappointed that Omari Hutchinson doesn't come on. What have you got to lose? 20 minutes left at the Etihad. We're 2-0 down. Why can't he come on? You know? So yeah, I don't know about these subs, but hey, here's what it is. Here's Grealish. Well done, Aspie. Here's Mason. Mason. Oh God, that was sad. Oh God, Mason, what happened there, mate? Seriously. Like Brocia's a great outlet. I just don't know why he's coming off. I don't get it. Gallagher. I'm guessing he's playing the double pivot with Cover. Here's Pulisic. Back to Cucurella. Lewis Hall. At least Lewis Hall's still on. I can say that. Koulibaly, Gallagher. Back to Koulibaly. Cucurella. Oh God. Cover. I don't think Gallagher's really ever played well in a Chelsea shirt in a double pivot, to be honest. I think his best games have been on the wide right, or I say on the wide right. I've been most impressed with him. Cucurella on the ball. I mean, we're basically just chilling now. We see what happens last 18 minutes of the game, but we're not really gonna get too, are we? I'd love to see it. Believe me, more than you can believe, but it's a tall order. Pulisic. Wait, Pulisic. Look at this guy, man. Lovely stuff. Ruben. Oh, what a save. It's unfortunate. Great play from Pulisic again in the build-up. Good dribbling. Great switch of play. I think he has to start against Newcastle. If he doesn't start against Newcastle, I'll be shocked, to be honest. Ruben. And I think that ends up going to Mount and saved. And he was offside anyway. So it's a good save. Goalkeeper's been really good for City, even though some of the shots have been pretty shit, to be fair. But that was a decent shot from Mason. Good save. Or was it Pulisic? No, it was Pulisic, sorry, with the shot. So Pulisic actually started and ended that move. Was it Pulisic? Oh, that was Mount. Sorry, that was Mount. I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck? I thought that was so I've swapped him. That's my bad. So it was good play from Mason. And it was Pulisic in the end with the shot. I don't know why I thought it was the other way around. Mendy playing the risky passes again, trying to give man them heart attacks. That was good from Mount. And Noah Murray Hutchinson. Really, Potter? Really? Havertz? Now? Really? That's a stinky decision, isn't it? Really? Come on now. Let's be honest. Well done, Cover, Gallagher, Sterling. Unless he still thinks he can get back into the game, maybe. Hall. He must still think he can get back into the game, which is fair enough because we've been playing all right and we've had our chances, but I mean, if City ever saw that we were getting back into the game, guess who they would bring on? You know what I mean? This is like one of those things where you don't want to anger the beast. Oh shit! Yeah, Alvarez's press is nuts. So Hall is coming off for Kai. Well, that's wonderful. So we're not going to see Omari Hutchinson make his debut before the World Cup because he's not going to play against Newcastle. That's a shame, isn't it? Especially when you see what one young player can do in the first half, you'd think you'd be excited to see what the next. And this is not even about sharing the minutes because Kai don't need no minutes tonight. Like, really, he plays all the time. Mount don't need no minutes tonight. He plays all the time. So it's not even about keeping people happy because there's no way these two players need to be on the pitch like they play all the time. So it's not like they're short of game time. They'll probably play against Newcastle. So I just don't get why we can't give Hutchinson an opportunity today. I don't get it. But it is what it is. Five subs, all misses. I don't mind the Aspie sub because there is 2 centre-backs on the yellow card. I don't mind the Gallagher sub. I would not take off maybe Zakaria. I don't know. I think you could maybe say Cover because he's carrying injuries. Maybe take him off instead of Zakaria. But I'm not really bothered about that one. It's more the attacking ones I don't get. Anyway, here's Ruben. Unlucky. Brilliant pass from Bernardo Silva, offside. Yeah, changes are a bit dead. I think Hall would have done well to get the 90, but great performance. He's first for shots on target, first for dribbles. Fuck me. He was first for all of that. Did you guys just see his stat line? Did you just see Lewis Hall's stat line? He was first for so many things. That's a brilliant stuff. He was first for dribbles completed. It doesn't surprise me because we all knew he had a great first half. He's first for obviously shots. We know that he had quite a few opportunities. Oh, Jesus. Now we're back to watching the nonsense again. What else was he first for? Yeah, he should have scored. Should have scored both the chances, if we're honest. Aspie, Ruben, ball in behind, overhit. Well. Yeah, City aren't pressing anymore. There's no point, is there? We're the ones chasing. Again. Another attack breaks down. You should never let the ball bounce, Koulibaly. That was a very big risk. Very, very big risk. He's got to level up as the season goes on, big time. Koulibaly. Oh, well. We've had our fun. Ake's coming on now. Who did you try to give a clean slate? Oh, Pulisic. Just 10 minutes to go, guys. You're almost out. You're almost there. A lot of you are suffering. Oh God. A lot of you are suffering, man. Tottenham are gonna go out too. So at least we have friends. Let's go through some of the scores. I mean, they've got possession. They're doing their thing. This game is going to peter out into what it will be. Arsenal are 3-1 down against Brighton at home. Tariq Lamptey, we were talking about him earlier with one of the goals. To now put the nail in the coffin. Newcastle 0-0 against Palace. West Ham 2-2 against Blackburn. Southampton 1-1 against Sheffield Wednesday. Liverpool 0-0 against Derby County. Wow. All the big teams could be heading home. And Tottenham obviously lost. So if Liverpool go out, and it really could have been just us and United in terms of big six teams. United play against Villa, and after what Villa just did against them, you can't even say that is going to be a foregone conclusion. If Derby knock out Liverpool, I'm going to be a little bit more upset, I think, than what I would have been prior to the game, with the context now of Tottenham and Arsenal both going out. Plus, we could have knocked out City. West Ham are by no means through. Newcastle by no means through. Bloody hell, we could have had a fucking field day today, guys. We could have had a field day. I'm not going to lie. I mean, obviously, we probably still don't want the extra games. Our rivals would have had less games, and then we probably might have even took a hit in the top 4 race because of it. But shit, man. It's looking like a serious trophy's up for grabs. Kai Havertz on the overload down the left-hand side, ball across the box, and nobody's there. There's no striker, so of course nobody's there. It's normal. Here's Cucurella. And it's looking like a trophy that could have been picked up potentially. But I'll speak more about it in the review. Well done. Aspilicueta, go on. Sterling. Aspie again. Oh my God, this team will never go anywhere like this. I'm telling you, fuck me. This team is toothless as hell. It's just getting ridiculous now. Peach of a ball. How is nobody getting a connection on that? It is embarrassing. Oh, you lot are insane. Honestly, it's like you're getting paid more to miss chances. It's absolutely shambolic in the final third. Shambolic. Any ruthless individual would have absolutely feasted today on Manchester City. Feasted. It's embarrassing, but hey, it's just mad. This game, we could have won. And people that haven't watched this match will come in and they'll say, you got slapped up. You played like shit. How are you enjoying Potterball? All these things. if you watch the game, this has been a very, very even game. And one team in the end have taken their chances. But even still, I don't even want to give City too much credit for taking their chances, because they're taking their chances based on the fact that we have made stupid errors defensively. But wow, just impressive how we have not scored today. It's insane. We're going to walk out of here with no goals scored, and we've had so many chances. So many chances, and we could have even more chances if the final ball had been proper. It's just, honestly, it's just ridiculous, guys. Honestly, this is the highest level of football that we're watching. You know, we're watching the elite level, and we're watching players that haven't played that often. They're not tired. You know, some of them, we're watching some of the players that have been, or at least at the start of the match, have been pretty much sporadic in terms of their involvement. But the end product is just ridiculous. I've never seen a team so toothless before. It's just nuts. Go on, Mount. Play him. Play him. Oh, my God. Mason, pick up your head. Pick up your head. How many times do I have to write this? Mason receives the ball in the half space, pass the ball immediately to Sterling. What are you waiting for? But these players just want to take a touch and another touch and another touch and another touch. And by the time they actually play the pass, the whole pass is gone because you just took too many touches. But that comes from not knowing your surroundings. And I've said it before, there's a lack of scanning. There's a lack of scanning before people receive the ball. There has to be. Because if you scan before you receive the ball, you know that someone's ahead of you making a run. And therefore, you should just be able to take the touch and just make the pass. Fuck me. That shot goes wide. And if you make that pass, that's another chance for Sterling, and then that's another opportunity. It's just ridiculous how close we are, but how far. And that's why I said the title is going to be what the title is that, you know, it's rinse and repeat. So close, but so far, so often. That is your title. I mean, it doesn't get any more clear than that today. And it's quite impressive that they've managed to wind me up in a match where I didn't really feel like I had much emotion coming into it. I said, you know what? I feel pretty calm. Oh, please stop this fucking fighting. Please. You guys really need to stop forcing this. It's like some of the apologies we've seen on YouTube recently. Very forced. Just stop forcing it, man. Please. Stop forcing this passion desire thing. Please. The game's over. I can't stand it when I see players trying to fight at the end of a game that they've already lost. Just let it go, man. Please. Just let it go. Stop this nonsense, man. Stop this fake shithousery. Please, just move on. Fucking hell, man. Can we please just stop this? It's not necessary. Grealish. Oh. I'll be playing FIFA tomorrow. Yeah, I'll set up the stream tonight so you can set your reminder. I'll play it tomorrow. Oh, it's offside anyway. Offside, I don't think it's a goal. Offside. You can sense it when it's not going to count. There's something in the air. You know, there's something in the air. You just know it's not going to count. Wise words from Mike. Yeah, is I'm a celeb actually on? Didn't even know. But they're not doing it in Australia. They're doing it somewhere else, aren't they? Anyway. Yeah, Sterling was, coming from an offside position. I actually look forward to doing my review. I've got a lot to say. And I feel like that's quite common with Chelsea games recently. I've got a lot to say. Can't say that everything's good to say, but I've got some positives. I've got quite a few positives. I've got some negatives. It's better than the weekend. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have any positives from the weekend, so we're making progress, guys. Making progress. We don't have any goals. We don't have anything to take out of it in terms of progressing or points, but we do have positives. We have some positives. It's not all doom and gloom, this one. Just a bit annoying. Bro, this team needs mummification. I don't even know what that word is. Nah, there are positives, bro. Yeah, of course. Of course there's positives. Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall's a positive. Lewis Hall's a positive. We have positives. Maybe positive. We have maybe one positive, but we have positives. If you don't give Lewis Hall his flowers tonight, then you're ruining it. You know, don't let what's happening with the club and the team take away from Lewis Hall, because Lewis Hall deserves his praise today. You know, he's not part of this. He's from the PL2 team, 18 years old, making his second Chelsea appearance. He's come out here today and he's had a very, very good performance. Yes, he should have scored those chances, but he's had a very good performance. So you got to give him his praise, and you got to. I don't think it's fair to forget him because of the rest of these guys. So I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be forgetting Lewis Hall's performance. I'm going to give him his credit, and that is a big positive for me. But you know, I thought we would lose, and we've lost. So I'm not really surprised. You know, I didn't think we'd win, and we didn't. So substitutions would be not great. Okay. Anyway, game basically over. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash up the subscribe. Not far from 33k, couple of hundred, less than that actually. So definitely help me out on that one if you can. Be much appreciated. Pushing for 40k as soon as possible. And we're under 100 away. So yeah. If you also want to take part in the giveaway for the Chelsea home shirt, if you're in London and you win in the random generator, I'll deliver it to you in person. If you are abroad around the world, I'll ship it to you. That's on Instagram on my latest post. So the instructions are there to enter. My review will be dropping next very swiftly. In terms of content, tomorrow, FIFA career mode will continue, I think in the morning. But I have to be careful because I have to go studio. So I'm going to check on the times. Newcastle preview with Matty will drop on Friday. All You Can Eat Chelsea will drop on Friday because we can't do it tomorrow. And Call of Duty campaign will continue on Twitch as well. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday as well. Just depends on time. So lots of content coming. One more game until a break. I think is much needed. Much needed break from this club. And we're almost there. We're almost there. So, yeah. But there are positives. There are a couple. Someone said they're putting 1K on Newcastle. Jesus Christ. Gamble responsibly. Okay. We're not going to waste any more time. Big up your damn selves. Make sure you subscribe if you can. Smash up the likes. And I'll see you guys for the review. I'm actually pretty level-headed after that. I'm not going to lie to you. It is what it is. In a bit, people. Peace. Perfect.